Okay guys, since we've had a lot of interest in the English saddles and some of the stuff I've had, and a lot of people want measurements and more pictures, I'm just going to do this the easiest way possible. The first saddle that I'm going to actually measure while we're here is a State Line 17-inch dressage saddle. It's in really good shape and I really like it, so honestly if I don't sell it, I don't sell it. It does come with leathers and irons. As you notice, the billets are not hardly used, or they don't look abused at all. I just got this saddle a couple days ago and actually was thinking about keeping it for my horse. But then again, you know, the stirrup irons don't even look like they've had that much use either. The only thing it is missing is it is missing the knee blocks, which I know you can get those separate. I've done that in the past, but like I said, does not look like it's been used much at all. It is a 17-inch, so I just will go ahead and measure that for you so you can see. So 17-inch. Let me see if I can back that up a little bit so that you can see it's actually on the button. And we'll measure the front for you. So I don't know if you can see that. So that's right about 6 inches. And then we'll slide this forward a little bit for you. And that measures 7. And then the only thing that does have a little blemish is right here at the pommel. Kind of looks like something got stuck on it. It's 3 little scratches, but nothing more than just a cosmetic blemish. The back of the saddle, no blemishes at all. Let me see if I can lift it up with one hand. The underneath's got a little bit of hair on it, but I think that's honestly from it sitting on saddle pads that had it resting on. But does not look like it's had much use at all. Like I said, if I don't sell it, I don't sell it. The next dressage saddle that I have available is a Wide Tree. It is a no-name brand. Don't mind the quick change here. It is a no-name brand with what I think is a longer flap than normal, because it does look a little bit, it is also sitting under the saddle, so it is a little bit crooked, but is a long flap made saddle, and it is a wider tray than most. Let's see if I can get that. So that right there is almost 7, and right at the beginning of the gullet is like a 6.5, and then as you get wider out shoulder wise, if you have a wider pony or horse, that might be a saddle. It hasn't been used more than a few times. Honestly, I think it was only used to see if it fit the horse, because there's only one little spot where it was used on the billets. It does have knee blocks. Like I said, it does not have a brand name. And it is a 16.5-inch saddle. We'll do that quick measurement there for you. But like I did say, it does have a long knee flap. Hold on, see if I can come back a little bit so you can actually see. Oopsie. It's not a 17-inch, it's just my fingers trying to make it so you can see. So that is right at the 16.5. And just if you want to know length of the actual flap, it's a 17-inch flap right to where the where the stirrup protector would come. So to the bar of the stirrup is probably, I would say, 19 inches where the stirrup bar actually comes. But yet again, this one actually doesn't have a whole lot of use. It's got some dirt, obviously, from being in the barn and some dust collecting, but it is actually not in bad shape at all. And like I said, I don't know what name brand it is, but I mean, for a starter saddle for somebody who may not know if they want to get into dressage, it's probably somewhere to go. The next one we're going to move on to is a Crosby Lexington. Really nice saddle. I actually really like this saddle. It is a 17-inch. See if you can see that. If I bring it back far enough. 17-inch. It does have some blemishes right at the top of the seat. I mean, it kind of looks like somebody poked it with something. It's got a little scuff right here in the corner too. Nothing that is causing any functionality problems, but I did want to show you that. It is stamped, and the billet protector does still say Lexington. The other one is missing, but the billets are intact, no patches. Billets are intact, no patches, but no billet protector on this side. But it is in really decent shape for, obviously, it's an older saddle. It's not, you know, a new saddle. It does have a little bit of a narrower tree. That I would say is probably 4.5. And then let me slide this forward. It's kind of hard doing this one-handed, but this makes my life a little easier. I would say maybe 5.5 as you get a little farther down. And then where the knee blocks start, about 10 inches. Yet again, nice saddle. It is really balanced. I do really like it, and the Crosbys are a good name brand. I don't know exactly how old the saddle is. I haven't tried to look up the mark stamp to see if it actually tells, but that is another saddle that, you know, if you have, you know, the use for maybe a saddle to try out to get started with. It does have some cracking underneath, but yet again, it's not all the way through. It's still just surface cracking, but you know, it is an older saddle, so it's not going to be perfect. We're going to move on to the next one. Just let me get moving here. The next one is a Crosby also, but it's a Predation. And it is a 16.5. I do have this one as a 17-inch also. Same exact saddle, but the coloring is a little bit different. This one's been oiled a little bit more. The billets are in good shape. It is stamped. Billets are intact and in good shape. And we'll slide this forward. So this one's going to be just about a 5. Drop down. That's about a 6. And between knee block to knee block, 9.